to Unplanned Podnancy, the only show on the internet where I'm not Mr. Brightside. You are. Hi, Mr. Brightside. How the fuck you doing? I'm Chris.
I'm Matt.
And, Matt, how you?
I've been coming out of my cage and doing just fine.
Jesus Christ. I've been coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta because it went there. Uh-oh, we're gonna get copyright stricken. It was too good.
Yeah, that sounded exactly like the original. Same key and everything.
Matt,
how have I been this week? Well,
I didn't even ask it. We just know. We just know the formula.
Yeah, well, you kind of did. I don't know. Anyhow, how have I been this week? Well, it's the same week as the last episode.
It is.
Because we recorded 2 episodes in one night because Chris is going on vacation and so am I.
Yeah.
So,
we're leaving.
Yeah.
So this is a 2-for-1. It is a 2-for-1 daily double deal recording session. We've already done 1 episode. We're a little bit loopy after the last one, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, I laughed real fucking hard.
Yeah.
I hope that's as funny to everybody else as it was to me, because also, I guess by the time this comes out, we'll have figured out if we got canceled for that joke or not.
Yep.
So, if you don't know what we're talking about, go back and listen to the last episode.
Yeah. Matt, what are we doing today?
Chris, today we are going to look at posts on Reddit. Specifically, Am I the Asshole? And the way this is going to work is I'm going to read the title of a post, and you and I are going to debate what it sounds like happened and whether or not, just based on the title, we think this person is an asshole or not.
Great.
And then once we make a decision, we're going to look at the post, read what actually happened, and we'll find out if we were right.
And maybe feel like assholes ourselves.
Yeah. Maybe we'll be the assholes.
All right. Sounds good. I'm ready.
All right. So the first one here is, am I the asshole for bringing my sister-in-law's wallet to the restaurant when she conveniently always forgets it?
Oh, man. No. Not the asshole. If she just forgets it, so that she doesn't have to pay, no, you're not the asshole. If you just brought it and didn't use it, you're not an asshole, so I'm going to go, no, not the asshole.
Yeah, that sounds like that's what's going on, is that her sister-in-law, or this person's sister-in-law, always comes to dinner and quote-unquote forgets their wallet, and then they get out of paying. And if this happened, this happened occasionally, it's probably just an honest mistake, but sounds like they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
And no, I don't think this person's the asshole for doing that. The sister-in-law is a shitty person.
Yeah, the sister-in-law is the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It sure seems like it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go out to dinner with other people and it is not agreed upon beforehand that they're going to be paying for you,
right,
and you just expect them to pay for you, or you try to weasel your way out of paying for it, you suck.
Yeah.
You're a dick.
You're a dick. Okay, so here's the thing. This is actually an interesting point of discussion. If I go up to you, Matt, and I say, hey, you want to go to dinner?
Okay.
Now, are you expecting me to pay since I invited you to the dinner?
No, not with the relationship that you and I have. No, I wouldn't expect that.
Okay.
Are there situations though where I would expect the other person to pay? If it was obviously if it's like an event that somebody is inviting me to, and a company or somebody is obviously taking me out to dinner,
right?
Then I'm gonna expect them to pay.
Yeah, if it's
I'm probably not gonna get super mad if they don't.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna,
unless it's a super fancy restaurant.
Yeah, if it's a $200 bill. Yeah. I don't know.
What if it's a date? What if some woman comes up to you and she's like, "Hey, you want to go out?" Are you expecting her to pay?
No.
Okay, interesting.
In most of the relationships I've had, though, I don't know. I think this is starting to go away, but it's expected sometimes still by some people, especially in certain cultures, that the dude just pays anyhow.
Yeah.
And I have
Gender
usually
norms.
done that in most of my relationships anyway.
Mm.
So I have a hard time envisioning a situation where I would expect to not have to pay.
It's interesting because I feel like there is an expectation if you invite someone out to eat on a date that the person asking the other person out will be the one paying.
Really?
Regardless of whether it's the man or the woman asking the other out in heterosexual relationships. Because, if it's a homosexual relationship or any kind of relationship.
Yeah, how's the gender norm there work?
Exactly. So it's the person asking the other person out that pays. That's just my opinion. I'm getting a little off topic at this point, but just a thought that
it's a situation by situation basis.
Yeah.
It doesn't change this because this sounds like this person is just going out to dinner with their sister-in-law and not paying.
And then they just leave their wallet to not pay. Yeah.
Anyway, so I will read the post. I'll try to make it fast. It says, my 28-year-old sister-in-law, Amy, this person is a 28-year-old female, and their sister-in-law, Amy, is 26. Okay. And Amy always comes to visit from out of town, and she stays with them and doesn't get a hotel, and she always wants to go to expensive restaurants.
Okay.
But when they go, she always conveniently forgets her wallet or comes up with some sort of an excuse as to why she can't pay her share. She's implied that since I make more money than her, I should be the one to pay.
She's the asshole. No, this poster is not the asshole.
Yeah, the sister-in-law sucks.
The sister-in-law sucks.
Like, I understand if somebody makes more money than you, is more well-off than you, and they ask you to come to a restaurant with them, even if it's not a date or anything like that, you're totally within your right to be like, look, I can't really afford that.
Yeah.
And if they want to pay for you, that's cool, but I think that's something that you have to agree. Like, and I understand that that's a little awkward, but this person, Amy, is even explicitly asking to go to these fancy restaurants.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. If you're going to ask to go to a fancy restaurant, be ready to pay to go to a fancy restaurant. If you're going to a Cracker Barrel and the other person makes a lot of money and you're just broke, sure, ask them. It's fine. Be honest. Be straightforward. But if you can't afford to eat someplace, don't ask to go to that place.
Yeah, that's shitty behavior. Anyway, the way this story ends is the whole situation happens again. They go to a nice restaurant, and she conveniently forgets her wallet. And then the poster says, bring us separate bills. And she's like, no, we need one bill because I don't have my wallet. And then she whips out the wallet, and she's like, oh, you mean this wallet? That's...
No, that's good.
That may not be the most mature way to handle this situation, but it doesn't make this person an asshole.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
I think that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, and I think Reddit seems to agree with us.
Yeah, that's a power move. That's boss bitch behavior. I love that.
Boss bitch behavior. All right, the next one is: am I the asshole for not taking down my video that was a gift from my best man?
Ooh, okay. This could go a lot of ways. Am I the asshole for not taking down the video that was a gift from my best man?
I don't think I understand.
So I'm in my head, I'm imagining the best man filmed something.
Right.
Whatever that thing is, he put on like YouTube.
Yeah.
And that was his gift to the groom.
So it was supposed to be a private thing, and then he shared it with the internet?
Potentially private. Whether or not, it could have been like them together, like skiing on a boat, and like it's something he filmed and then he put up publicly on YouTube. Now someone thinks he's the asshole for not taking it down because maybe they're both getting wasted on the boat and it looks bad for like a third party. And so
I didn't think about that. I was looking at this as the best man would be mad about it, but that didn't make it much sense to me. But I think you might be onto something. This person may have posted a video that was a gift from his best man, and maybe his wife or something is mad about it, and he's not going to take it down.
Yeah.
Even though she's mad about whatever it is.
Yeah. If I had to guess, it's probably coming from the wife. I'm guessing that there's some footage of her in there. Or like the wife's
she
best
thinks
friend.
Makes her look bad.
Yeah. That would be my guess. It's something along those lines. Someone looks bad in the video.
It's hard to make a decision without knowing more on this one.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with you're probably the asshole for not taking it down. Because
if you post something online that has someone in it and they don't want it on the internet and you have the ability to take it down and you don't, there are a few situations where you're not the asshole in that situation.
Yeah. And you know what? If it's a gift and you didn't know they recorded it and you want to save it for prosperity, you can save it locally on your hard drive and watch it whenever you want, but it won't be available to the wide world. So I'm going to guess this person's probably the asshole.
Yeah, there's got to be some way that this person could have handled this situation.
Yeah,
that hasn't led them to whatever this point is.
Yeah, I would think so.
Cause even if it's something like if I take a picture of you and you've got like a booger in your nose or something, and I post it, and you're like, "Hey, I don't want that picture of me on the internet. I got a booger in my nose." I think I should delete that picture.
Yeah.
It's a picture of you. You don't want, I put it on the internet against your, so, okay. Anyhow, this person's probably a dick. Let's see what happened. I have a sister that is 6 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
My parents, for years, cancel on me at the last minute because of my sister. I have a basketball game. Oops, sorry. My sister doesn't feel like going out. I'm graduating. Oops, my sister had a bad day at work. They missed both major and small events in my life because of her meltdowns. I'm at the love of my life. We decided to tie the knot. From the beginning, I told my parents how I worried that my sister would ruin another special moment in my life, and my mom told me over and over again that would not happen. The day of my wedding. I receive a voicemail from my mom saying they couldn't come because my sister's dog was sick and she was upset. I was hurt. My best man, however, is a joker. He took my phone and went to my fiance and asked if he could post a video of our wedding as a gift on social media. She loved the idea. I had no idea about it until I came home. Our honeymoon was at a lakeside cabin with no cell service. The post's caption was, "My best friend. He's an amazing person, even if his parents never show up for him." The video was still pictures of us next to her parents, me on the dance floor cutting the cake, and where you would normally see both of my parents in the wedding pictures. Then the sound behind the video was my mom's voicemail explaining how they couldn't come because my sister's dog was sick. I came home a week later to hundreds of messages, family members from both sides insisting that I take down the video. I was told my sister hasn't stopped crying. My mom is refusing to leave the house. I may be the asshole here. I didn't take it down when I got my messages. I didn't call my family back right away. I waited until my vacation time was over at work and enjoyed my time with my wife in our new home before I contacted anyone. My dad told me to take down the video, and it was just a bad night for them, was his explanation. They said that they'll make it up to me and my wife for not coming. My reply was exactly, how do you plan to make up my wedding? It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You chose to ignore my feeling on the entire matter. And then he just repeated that they would make it up again, and they both hung up, and that's the end of the post.
I backtrack what I said. He's not the asshole.
No, he's not the asshole. His parents are assholes.
Yeah,
his sister's an asshole.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Fuck his
they can
family.
go fuck themselves.
Yeah, they can eat dick and die.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Yeah, you show up to
100%.
a person. You show up to a person's wedding. You show up to your
kid's wedding.
Yeah, you show up to your kid's wedding. Fuck off. Fuck off. Your sister's dog dies. You know what your parents say? I'm sorry, honey. You don't have to go. Mourn your dog. Fine, but I have to be at my son's fucking wedding.
Yeah.
priorities.
I don't
No.
even care if the dog's fucking dead. Like, that sucks, but like he said, the wedding is a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
Like, this is just...
That legitimately makes me
deserve
angry.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this story makes me mad.
Yeah, his parents can fuck off.
Yeah. If you have kids and it's not a situation like where you have disowned them because they did something awful. Like if your kid's a serial killer or something and you kick them out of the family, you don't have to go to their wedding.
Yeah.
But, barring that situation, and if you can if you have the ability to go to your kid's wedding and you don't, you're dead.
Yeah. And look, if you have 2 kids and they have 2 events at the same time, and one's not a wedding, like one has, if they each have a sporting event, one parent goes to each sporting event. That's your responsibility. You brought them into this world. They're doing activities. One of you goes to each activity. You bring your kids home. When one has a life-altering event, like a fucking wedding, you both go. The other child, it's not their day.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what's happening unless they're having some equally devastating event like dying or maybe also getting married, which in case one of them is an asshole, whichever one planned it second.
Yeah, the second person to plan the weddings.
Yeah. No, this family
needs
help. Sucks. Yeah. Feel bad for that guy.
Yup.
Yep.
Okie let's see. I'm gonna look at the comments and see what other people thought. The top comment is not the asshole. The truth hurts sometimes, and your parents and your sister just got whammied. Your friend is awesome. So yeah. All right, moving on. Next one. Am I the asshole for literally showing my dad how he behaves every day when he gets home from work?
Oh boy.
So what I assume is happening here is that this person's dad is tired when he gets home from work and grumpy.
Yep.
And he comes home and he's a dick to people when he gets home.
Yeah.
And this person is just mimicking his behavior and being a dick to their dad.
Yeah. I'm going to say you are the asshole. If you do that, you're especially, okay, here's the thing. If this is like someone that's 16 and has never worked and you don't really understand, and your dad's like a blue collar labor, like working in the factory person, and he's on his feet for fucking 9 to 13 hours a day, just busting his ass for like 16 to 20 bucks an hour. And he comes home and he's tired. He's a little grumpy. He's like, "Did you do your homework?" And you're like, "No." And he's like, "Well, fucking do it." And he's like, "Did you cut the grass?" And you're like, "No." And he's like, "Jesus, damn it. Come on. Get together." If he's doing that kind of stuff and then you start mocking him, you're the asshole.
Yeah.
Now, if he...
Yeah, it depends on how bad the behavior is.
Yeah.
If he's like abusive and like yelling at people and throwing things and like calling people names and shit, then that's not okay behavior.
Correct.
But yeah, if he just comes home and he's a little bit grouchy and he doesn't want people to talk to him for a little bit when he first gets home, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Like I've worked a job before where when I got home, all I wanted to do was like lay down and take a nap because I was fucking exhausted. And if you haven't worked a job like that before, you're not in a great mood when you come home from that sort of.
Nope.
And to be a dick to that person is a dick move.
Yeah.
So let's find out. So we both think that this person is likely being an asshole. This person is 16. 16-year-old female. My father is 46 and is the breadwinner, while mom is a stay-at-home mom.
Mm-hmm.
She handles everything around the house, like cooking, mopping, washing, laundry, etc. I'm the oldest, and I try to help out, but there's really only so much I can do when my dad just gets home at the end of the day and literally complains about everything, like how the carpet isn't clean or how the food is cold. As a result, I've been I'd have to listen to a huge argument daily between him and mom. It's exhausting, but honestly, I think that my dad is in the wrong here. I tried talking to him to get him to see how his behavior is, but to no avail. So what I did was I picked a day off for him and pretended to act like him. I put together an outfit that looked like a suit and put black tape over my lips and to look like a mustache. At 6 p.m., I went inside the house, shouted, "I'm home," and then sat next to him in the living room and started kicking my shoes while complaining about the state of the house at the top of my lungs. He glanced at me confused, asking what I was doing. I ignored him and then started yelling about the carpet being dirty, shower not ready, the kids needing to be quiet, and so on. He kept staring while mom and my siblings laughed. My youngest brother kept pointing towards me saying, "This is us. This is daddy." I then proceeded to yell about dinner, and then berated my mom for not preparing it before time. My dad stopped me and in a serious tone asked what I was doing. I turned to him and said, "What? Can a man fucking rest after working long hours?" In the most macho voice I could muster. He went quiet and avoided looking at me. I stopped the act and told him I was trying to show him what it's like every day when he comes home. Later, he went on about how I mocked him and invalidated him. He said that he works hard for me and this was disrespectful and invalidating. Mom said it was funny, but also thought I hurt my dad's feelings and I could have gotten the message across some other way instead. What I will say about this, I think, is that if he's yelling at people, that's a step too far.
Yep.
Like, he shouldn't be doing that.
Nope.
I don't know exactly how to take this without seeing the behavior.
Yeah.
Because it could be exaggerated.
Yeah.
Like, they could be exaggerating how bad it actually is.
Yeah.
If it's just like a comment every once in a while, that's like, because he feels like he's been working all day. And I don't know.
Yeah, like if you come home at 6 p.m. after you've been working all day, like you sit down and your partner is a stay-at-home person, you're gonna expect, and I think rightfully so, that the house is taken care of. That's the part. That's the deal you made. One of you works, one of you takes care of the home. And that person raises the kid, and it's not an easy job. I don't think anyone would say it is, but you as a partnership, you've got to do your part. And if you come home from work every day, and like the house is like legitimately like a mess,
right? You
have a right to be upset. But if like the house is pretty much clean, and you're like, well, you didn't get a chance to vacuum today, there's dog hair on the floor. And, like, your 16-year-old daughter freaks out. Shit. Well, yeah, it depends how much you're nitpicking and, like, the tone in which it's delivered, right? Because, like, if you're just like, the floor needs swept, and then your wife is like, okay, yep, I'll make sure to do that tomorrow, and you're like, okay. And versus, like, actually, like, being like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. That's not okay. But like you said, it could be like the first thing where he's just like pointing something out that needs to be done. And it's just like one thing. And then his daughter's like blowing it way out of proportion.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not ready to support or defend her dad without like observing the behavior firsthand and knowing exactly what it's like. Because like we both said, people who've never had to work like a 10-hour shift doing something absolutely exhausting and then coming home and just wanting to be left the fuck alone for a little bit don't know how bad of a mood you can be in.
And 16-year-olds do not have a good perspective on life yet.
The other thing I will also say is that her mom is right and that this should have been handled in a more respectful and mature manner. Yeah. This is being a dick.
Yeah. This is being a dick. So I'm not fully ready to sit on one side of the fence or the other on this one, but I'm leaning toward this probably wasn't the right thing to do, so you might be a little bit of an asshole.
Yeah. Reddit says she's not the asshole.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this was a mature thing to do, but
Yeah. This is a hard
I
one.
don't this is a hard one.
This really depends on the severity of the actions from the father and what is actually happening versus what is perceived to be happening.
Yeah, I don't know. Because if he's like getting home and he's being like, "Why the fuck isn't every little thing perfect? Why, it just depends."
Yep.
It depends.
Depends.
Am I the asshole for canceling the entire trip after finding out that my husband hid my daughter's passport?
Wow. No. Why would that? Well, clearly your husband didn't want your daughter going. You found out that you probably knew he didn't want her going. Then he hid her passport so that she couldn't go. And then you found out he hid it. And then you canceled the whole trip. The question is, why did he hide it? Why didn't he want her to go? I don't think you're the asshole for canceling the trip because your husband's being deceitful anyways and deceptive.
Yeah, this is weird behavior.
Yeah.
It's weird controlling behavior.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't think this person's the asshole.
Really doubt it.
Yeah. I think they did what I would have done.
Yep.
If we planned a family vacation and my significant other was like hid our kid's passport, which is a stupid fucking thing to do.
Yeah.
Some thought hasn't gone into that anyway. But I found out that they did that because they didn't want our kid to go. I would do one of two things. I would either do what this person did and cancel the trip, or I would leave my husband at home and just take my daughter.
Yeah.
And just go on the trip without him.
And also a reasonable reaction.
Yeah.
I don't think
this person's the asshole.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right, what's the actual story? My husband and I have been together for 3 years. He has 3 kids from his previous relationship, and I have 1. He's an even bigger asshole.
Yep.
She's the oldest. He's a dedicated man, puts God first, and loves everyone. My husband always complains that my daughter doesn't spend time with her step-siblings or him, but she has reasons for that, and that is school, health issues, and work. She does her best to spend as much time with them as she can, but she, on the other hand, complains that her stepdad tells her to basically take on the role of a babysitter whenever she's with her step-sibling. My husband denied that and said that my daughter was making up excuses to not have to spend time with his kids. For the issue, I figured out that a family trip is what the family needed to get together and spend more time around each other. So, my husband liked that idea, but then he said that his kids are now uncomfortable around my daughter because of her attitude, and suggests that we let her stay home and have the house all to herself, since that's what she always wanted anyway. I told him that it's best that we all go. He kept complaining until I snapped and told him to stop. She paid for the whole family, and then he hid her passport, and he started arguing and saying that she overreacted and that he didn't want his kids to be miserable on the trip, and that he's willing to apologize to my daughter if and when I consider my decision regarding the cancellation of the trip. He became cold and distant, and am I the asshole for canceling it altogether? No. This person's not the asshole. Your husband's a dick.
He fucking sucks.
Yeah. Your husband is an asshole.
Yeah. He needs to get over what your daughter is doing with her time. None of his fucking business.
Yeah. What's it matter?
Yeah. Ooh, your kids are uncomfortable around someone that they're partially related to through marriage because they haven't been around them a lot. You know what? They can be around them during the vacation. Get the fuck over it.
She's 17 anyway. I don't know how much you've ever been around teenagers. That's what teenagers do. They just fucking dick off and
Yep.
They're not around anyway. They don't want to be around.
Exactly.
And 2, what the fuck does it matter if she gets along with her step-siblings or not? She's about to be a goddamn adult, and she's probably going to leave anyhow.
Yep.
So it doesn't fucking matter. They don't have to be friends.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the asshole. She's not the asshole. He's the asshole.
Yeah.
Leave him.
Am I the asshole?
That's my advice.
What?
That's my advice. Leave him.
Am I the asshole for getting my aunt and uncle kicked out of their house for not letting my husband and I sleep together?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm going to say probably.
Yeah, you're almost definitely the asshole.
You're in somebody else's house. They have their own house rules, and you have to follow them.
Yeah, you don't
even
just
if you
go.
don't agree with them.
You don't. And by sleep together, I assume you either mean sleep in the same bed or fuck.
Right.
Either way, doesn't matter. Not your house.
Yeah. You can be like, we're married. That's weird. But getting them kicked out of their own house?
Yeah.
If you don't like the sleeping arrangement and this is that big of a deal to you, leave.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what the story actually is.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what okay. I am a married. Oh. I see the issue.
Okay.
I, male, 27, am married to a man,
Oh.
28.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, okay. This is a turn I didn't expect. He's the love of my life, and I've only ever dated women before him, but when I met him, I realized I was bi, and we fell in love. We got married in the fall of 2018, so it's been almost 4 years. We now live in Vermont. My whole family is from a small town in Texas, a super conservative Catholic area. I was raised there, but Dad got a job in New York City when I was 15. The culture shock was difficult. Blah, 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 blah. My parents didn't sell our house in Texas. They allowed our aunt and uncle to move in, who just had their third child. Allowed them to move in and pay a small rent. In college, when I came out as bi, my brother and my dad were very supportive. My mom needed some time to accept it, but the rest of my family reacted poorly at first, and it eventually came around. During visits, we stayed with my aunt and uncle at my old house, but because we weren't married, we weren't allowed to share a bed. We didn't argue about it. We both would rather make peace. Visiting since, instead of staying with my aunt and uncle, we went and rented a motel room. During COVID, we didn't visit them again. But this summer, my parents and brother decided to go visit my hometown again for 2 weeks and invited my husband and I. I wanted a motel again, but my aunt and uncle insisted that my brother, husband, and I stay with them. The first night sleeping situation was being discussed after my cousins went to bed. My aunt and uncle wanted me and my brother to take the spare room, husband on the couch. All three of us took issue with that. They snapped that we were not really married because we were gay and that they had children in the house. They said that it would be a bad influence on their kids. I started cussing them out, and my young cousins came to investigate. My brother seconded everything that I was saying. They started backtracking and saying that we were still welcome in their house, but that we had to follow their rules. And I responded that it wasn't really their house, and I told them that they were going to be homeless if I had my way. I told Dad what happened. To say that my dad was angry would be an understatement. He served them a notice of eviction for 60 days. I would have been getting calls and texts and Facebook messages from my family calling me an asshole. Am I the asshole for allowing my young cousins to end up homeless? Is it fair that they have to pay for what my aunt and uncle said to me and my husband? I've changed my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Being a bigot, not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool. Yeah, the thing about your younger cousins ending up homeless, that kind of sucks. Oh man, the whole 60-day eviction thing, maybe a fast timeline. I don't know. Your aunt and uncle definitely blow ass chunks.
I don't think he's the asshole.
No, he's not the asshole. It's unfortunate.
They rent this house for. Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate for the younger cousins, but he's not the asshole.
Yeah. No, I thought initially that this was going to be a situation where, like, just his aunt and uncle were weird about not being able to. I don't know. I didn't think through.
Yeah.
I didn't see this situation coming. So yeah, not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
For sure.
Yeah.
Reddit agrees with us. All right, one more.
One more.
Am I the asshole for taking my newborn son and going to my mom's house because my husband, his mom didn't save me any food for dinner? Okay, I'm sorry. Let me try this again. Am I the asshole for taking my newborn son and going to my mom's house because my husband's mom didn't save me any food for dinner?
Depends. It was your mother-in-law's house? Was it your house? Does your mother-in-law live with you? I kind of feel like you're probably not the asshole if there was no food to eat and you left. Probably not the asshole.
Yeah. Probably not. It depends on what the arrangement was here. Like, is everybody else ate dinner and it was expected that you would be able to eat dinner with them or eat the same dinner, and they just, like, intentionally didn't leave you any food? And are you the asshole for leaving? No.
Yeah, no.
No, if you... no, I don't think so. You gotta be like, hey, I gotta eat something.
Hey, eat food.
Yeah.
I'm milking a baby here. I'm milking a baby, feeding a baby.
I'm milking a baby. I, 32, gave birth to my son about 5 weeks ago. My husband's mom has been camping in the living room ever since and inviting people over, making a mess of the house, etc. I said nothing because if I opened my mouth, my husband would start scolding me, saying that his mom is here to help and I should be grateful. What I did was ignore her and focus on my son. I handle feeding, diaper change, cleaning, wiping. I only get a few hours of sleep, so my husband's mom isn't really helping with the baby. But I thought to myself, at least she cooks for us. Last night, I was in the bedroom breastfeeding my son. I knew I was late for dinner, but I thought that my husband and his mom saved a plate for me. Once I got done with my son, I walked out of the room and saw my husband and his mom sitting and watching TV. I asked about dinner, and my husband said it was probably on the stove. As I was walking towards the kitchen, his mom loudly said that she didn't save me any food. I was absolutely shocked, and I asked her why, and she simply said, well, we didn't see you at the dinner table, so I thought you weren't hungry. No, you're not the asshole. This person sucks. This person fucking blows.
Your mother-in-law sucks for so many reasons.
Yeah. You should go to your mother's house and stay there and call your husband and tell him that he needs to get rid of his fucking mom or you're not coming back.
Yep. Here's a message out there to all the women who will be mother-in-laws. If you want to help your daughter-in-law with her child, talk to her first. It's her decision. She probably wants her mom there, not you. You don't get to make this call. Your son, he doesn't fucking matter after the child's born. The mother and the baby do. You know what he's doing? He's probably stressing the fuck out, but he'll be okay. His body didn't just shed out a 10-pound or 8-pound boulder and have his hips broken. So your son, not a big deal. Talk to him on the phone, console him, help him through these emotional times. But physically, the woman, more important. Yeah. She's not the asshole. You're the asshole. No. Mother-in-law.
The mother-in-law is the asshole.
Mother-in-law's the asshole.
Yeah. Her husband's also an asshole.
Husband's totally an asshole.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. If your wife is gonna be like, hey, I don't want your mom here, and then you yell at her after she just had a child, you fucking suck.
Yeah. And also, who the fuck makes dinner and then, like, there are people who live in that house who would normally eat dinner with you and they're not around and you're just like, yep, fuck it. Yep. Who does that?
No one.
Even if she's not breastfeeding, like, who does that? Who doesn't go find that person and is like, hey, you want me to save you food? Or are you going to come to dinner? Like, the baby isn't even what makes that situation, the person an asshole in that situation.
Yeah.
That's just common courtesy.
You just didn't save a food for the third person in the house. You're a fucking dick.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah. That's what makes me mad too.
Yeah. The writer of this, you're not the asshole. Your mother-in-law and your husband suck. Good Lord.
Suck big old floppy cock.
Suck big old floppy cock. Suck big old floppy cocks. Yeah, so this has been an interesting episode because I got morally offended by two of these stories.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some real dickhead people out there. Yeah. We need to find some where, I guess the mistake here was looking at ones that have been upvoted a lot. Because maybe I should have sorted by controversial or something. because I really want to read some where the person is just totally being a complete cockhead.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. But maybe next time, if you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to hear us talk more about people being assholes or not, let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that input. Give us that input.
Give us the input.
Give us the input. Give us the input.
Take your put and in it into us.
Matt, where can they give us input at?
They can give us input at any of the things that are linked on unplannedpodnancy.com. There's a YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
You can go there and leave comments. There's a Instagram.
Yep.
You can go there and see pictures of Chris's plant.
Oh.
There's a Twitter. You can go follow that.
Indeed.
We don't tweet anything. But if people go and follow us, maybe we'll start tweeting things.
Yeah.
And what am I missing, Chris?
That sounds about like it. I think that's where you can post comments. You can yell at your Spotify to send us comments, but I don't think it works out like that.
Maybe I can give it a shot.
You can give it a shot. You can try. Don't let us stifle your creativity.
Leave us a review on Spotify.
As long as it's 5 stars.
Yeah. Yeah, leave us a review on Spotify. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. On Apple Podcasts, you can type a review. You can type out text.
Yeah.
And say why you like or don't like the show.
Yeah, and if you just want to respond to one of our questions in your review, that's okay. I don't care. Yeah. I'm not Apple. Use that comment field for what you want.
Yeah. Okay.
I ain't judging.
Bussin'. All right. Later, everybody.
Bye.